Okay, so let's talk about the latent upscaler for MiniMax H3 today. And I have seen that recently it has an update in the Hugging Face repo using latent upscale models, which I am showing in here for running with MiniMax. And basically, this is like the LTX upsampling in the second stage of your video generation. But then in here, we have seen that, well, sometimes the same video model will already get you something more concrete, with better elements, just with the first stage of your video generation. And also for the latent upscale with MiniMax, as you can see, some of the output in here from the author's tests still need a little bit of improvement for the latent upscale. Basically, it just makes larger pixels for that. So we are going to try out the latent upscale model that can work around with your video generation for the upsampling and higher resolutions. Now, this is not the official MiniMax team's 2K upsampler. This is one of the authors creating it in Hugging Face, using the latent upscale model method in ComfyUI. So they have the custom node here, and I searched in the GitHub repo, and there's a lot of these similar things that people are doing. Well, some of them are okay, and I am looking for something that handles long-length video for the upsampling because we are creating long-form content. Like last time I showed you that the app that I did can generate like a story of it. So I have seen this one called the ComfyUI H3 Ultimate Upscale. Although this one is created by BB Audio-2025, the concept looks something reasonable, that is close to what I needed, especially to upscale long high-resolution video of MiniMax. And it is able to handle the limited VRAM, so a low-spec GPU can handle it as well. But one thing was still not in this GitHub repo, and I made this fork of the repo, where I have done the enhancement for the node. The first thing is very basic handling for the memory, using keeping the model resident, or having an offload for every single chunk of your upsampling runtime. Because in the original repo, although it is a good concept, every single chunk of generation will be producing video frames, but then every single chunk will be load-offload. For some higher-end GPU like 24 gigabytes or above, I have tested it myself, and it just doesn't need that much loading and offloading every time. Because first of all, this is just a 600 megabyte file size. If you are really tight on, let's say, a 12 gigabyte or below GPU card, those gaming GPU cards that you want to try to run video, yeah, of course you will take a longer time to do that, and you also need that efficiency to load and offload for a long context of chunks of video. So I have put this as an option, and also some other things, enhancing the model caching as well as the compatibility fix for the latest versions of ComfyUI and some minor caching and memory handling as well. So all of that still remains the same as the original repo, but just the core, what is inside the coding, has been enhanced. So let's check out the examples here. And first of all, this is a text-to-video example. I have not loaded any image, just only text prompts. Within the text prompt, I have something like this, where you see two fantasy-style characters in a fight scene, and nowadays in MiniMax H3, we can do pretty close, like some action scenes that can be done locally. And as you can see, why is it that I have 3 video outputs here, using the 0.7 megapixel that I have been testing in here, and then I upsample it. This is the fun part that in this video we're talking about is the latent upscale. So for the text-to-video, image-to-video, reference-to-video, so the model in here, as you can see, I have downloaded the latent upscale model and load this node here. And the settings, such as you have FP16, FP32, and BF16. So that precision, you can base on whatever file you download in here. 3 files here that you can choose whichever is convenient for you. And with just that 600 megabytes, I don't think I need to load and offload every time with this, so I choose to have this creating the keep the model resident or keep the model offload options in my version of this repo just to make it faster. You don't need to do ping pong every single chunk of loading. And as well as the other settings here, if you need the temporal split parameters or the spatial split parameters, you can turn it on or turn it off. That is up to your choice to use it. But I find out that I don't really need that, my personal opinion of running the upsamplers. So basically, the concept of this is going to something like the LTX 2.3, 2.5, that they have the second stage of sampling, where you're using a low-res video and upscale it to a high-res video. The maximum of this is following the resolutions that we have in the MiniMax H3 megapixel, that I have put the max to 2 megapixel in here to upscale this, because in the first settings in here, I am using 0.6 or sometimes 0.7 megapixel as usual that I am doing for tests. So either 0.7 or 0.6 usually works for me here. And yes, coming back to the second stage upscale here, remember to add this resolution, the width and height, to your MiniMax H3 image to video width and height here to sync up those connections. Because I am in the stage of making this workflow, rewiring all the connections of the nodes that I think are more efficient for this workflow to run. So that's why it is still ongoing, adding those connections here. And the last part here, the frame interpolation, using the RTX video super resolution. Something important in here is that it makes the FPS of this going to be smoother and going to make your video resolution even go higher, like in this case, making this like a 2K resolution, or sometimes you will make it even higher to 4K if you want to. That is your choice. And yeah, basically for the other input methods like a reference to video or image to video, this is almost the same concept of how you are going to use it. The only difference is that the second stage of the upsampler in here, we are going to be using this specific upscale sampling node in here for the latent output. Because right now, we need to add the additional latent upscale model. So therefore, this sampler is not just including the sigma noise or sampling method, it also needs to connect with the latent upscale input in here. This is something that differentiates with you just using a normal sampling method to upsample, or hopefully that can generate a 2K. But those old methods, or just simple methods, are going to take a lot of time to run. And let's try out some other examples. And the next example I'm going to do is using reference to video, like this. There are two characters in a fight scene, and here I am, well, kind of old school, using the old ways of something like the Mortal Kombat or the Tekken graphic style to make some game lookalike video. So in here I have another two characters, and from this I create the text prompts. And an AI agent helped me to draft this in the proper format for the MiniMax H3. So right here we got something very detailed going through all the 15 seconds of video length. So what I'm going to do is using the 15 seconds duration here. Notice that, well, my demo most likely goes for more durations of video generation, not just only like 1 or 2 seconds of demo. So going up to here, there's something different. As the conditioning, we are using the reference to video node in MiniMax. And then going to the second stage upsampler, I have done it using the MiniMax H3 reference to video as well. This is the something that matches with whatever AI model that you're using, text, video, or reference to video, for the second pass in here. And I have tried it without using these two nodes, still able to create something for the upsampling. So I'm going to try these combinations right here and see what we got. And by the way, this one I will be trying with 0.7 megapixels. Okay, so using these two characters and some text prompts, I tried two variants of video. Now this one I just generated is kind of a fail. But yes, because this kind of action scene is pretty risky. You know, I don't see many people are really actually generating this in some YouTube video content tutorial stuff, because it's just, not showing good. A lot of times it's kind of risky. But I like to play around with stuff since this is not for work and just for fun. So why not take a try with the MiniMax model and generate some kind of things like this? And then another second attempt I did before is kind of okay for those reactions. And then I make that guy kind of have the teleport ability and he's able to do some video effects in here as well. So yeah, that looks pretty fun to play with. And that is how we can use reference to video. This is the main point that I want to introduce, is that we can use not only text to video, but you can use references as well. This is now up to 1080p resolution, as well as this one is also 1080p resolution. So yeah, up to 2 times of that, with the very low resolution in the beginning. And I have tried it, even going down to 0.4, which is the 480p resolution in the first sampling. And then it will be up to 2 times of that, and might go to 720p, and then, so on and so forth. So yeah, both are working for this MiniMax H3 Latent Upscale. And remember to have this not in the diffusion model or upscaler folder. Now some people have asked, is this placed in the upscaler folder? And the answer is no, this is in the models folder. You come to the models folder, and then you will see there's a latent upscale models folder. You press L, and you will sort that faster to go to the latent upscale models. You click that, and you will see that I have just been using this latent upscale 3DBF16. And you can also try that with the FP32 if you have the memory to play. And coming back to the screen here, and show some different examples as well. Another way that you can use it, like the video or audio reference, that is the same concept. And yeah, that's all it is today. And I will see you guys in the next one.